Hey guys, welcome to Project C, episode 2 of the Abandoned Ruin House Flip. Click above to watch episode 1 before you watch this. Here's a recap. This is Project C and it's falling apart. A house without an electrical DB board. It's all gone. It's derelict, ramshackled. This is the patio and pool area. The overgrown swamp, it's really bad. The size of the crack just increases when you go higher up. So, yeah, like I said, the house is falling apart. Unfortunately, they stole a lot of the items. The levers and handles are gone. Plugs, light switches, light fittings. This is bad, eh? The smell. This part was built on as an extension. So this is a 1,000 square meter stand, 3 beds, 3 baths, laundry room, double garage, pool and garden. Purchase price was 800,000 Rand. This is Waltervreden Park, Johannesburg, bordering Constantia Kloof. I'm so pumped that we're back to the normal flips. It's been a minute. Let's rock and roll. I think it's time to start this garden cleanup. Yeah, this has to go. It's resting on this boundary wall. So much to trim, but check out this tree if I can get there. It's in the boundary wall. Can I just say, look at this garden after the cleanup. What a beautiful property. We couldn't appreciate it properly when I had to wade through the grass before. It's day 7 of the renovation and already great progress on site. But it's time to now go open plan by removing this wall. But before we start hitting to our heart's content, I want to show you what we do. On the edges, we've done deep cuts with the grinder. And the reason we do this is so that the heavy hammering and hitting is isolated to the section of the wall that's coming out. So it creates a weak point so that the vibrations and cracks don't form on the walls that are staying. But enough of that, let's demo this wall. So some of the things we've discovered and delved into more detail on since episode 1, this loose flaky plaster is worse than we thought because it's quite a few areas, and they try to create this rough finish on top of the smooth, and obviously years of no maintenance and probably wasn't properly bonded in the first place. Another thing, this slate type tile throughout is very nice. It's probably where the face brick was at the bottom, but upon further investigation, check how loose it is. It's basically, check it out. So we have to pull it off as well. Let's take a closer look at this boundary wall. I've never seen this before. There's 2 walls. That one's half falling over. There's a crazy amount of garden leaves and rubble in between these walls. Now the problem is it looks so ugly looking at that old wall, especially if you're standing on the patio here. So we need to sort that out. Now we could work on the old wall by getting rid of some of it or all of it. It's going to be quite labor intensive, or we could increase the height of this wall, which might be the better option. What is nice is we've got a lot of tree coverage here for privacy, and we will be repairing this wall anyway because it's some sections are in a bad state, but it's just weighing up budget, looking at options and coming up with the best solution, which we will do.
Let's take a step behind the scenes for a bit. When it comes to planning and project managing, I mainly use the Notes app on my phone or Word and Excel on the computer. But these are text-based. They are linear, but our brains work visually. So as a creator and designer, it's all about the visual. So check out what I've started using. It's called Milanote. It's a tool for organizing creative projects like this house flip. There's a menu on the side where you drag in what you need. I've created a Project C board. What's important to me with a project are my initial thoughts, the gut feeling. Often these are the most powerful ideas. And these were to keep the green roof and go for the cottage look, white walls and windows. Let's go into my interior mood board card, where I've actually used the built-in mood board template, which helped me with this great layout. Now I want to carry on the green theme into the house, going for a timeless look in the kitchen with a warmth to it. I envision a light grey floor tile throughout the house. It's classic, charming, quirky, slight farm style. What I love is with the Web Clipper tool, I can save an image from any website directly to Milanote with just one click. This is breakthrough because I can bring in my ideas from other sources into one place. I want to quickly show you the main bathroom board. This is my drawing of the best layout of the new bathroom space after making the main bedroom bigger. Bringing in the green again with the feature metro tile, then the wood look and a classic vanity. This drawing is pretty much to scale, so I realized that with this layout I have to make sure there's enough space between the bath and the shower because it's quite tight. Now this only touches the surface of what Milanote can do. There's so many built-in templates for different industries. And renovations are dynamic, ideas change, and Milanote is a flexible workspace that evolves with the project and it's collaborative. I highly recommend it. So let's see how much the final Project C design changes from this design plan. Or maybe it won't. Milanote is available for free with no time limit. Sign up using the link in the description and start your next creative project.
It's day 13 on site and we are moving. We are not playing games. We've done demolition, we've stripped out the old stuff and check it out, we've gone open plan. Kitchen wall is gone. We've squared off these arches. We have actually kept this wall. And if you compare to before, it's exactly what I wanted it to look like. Made the space bigger, but what it has revealed is some floor cracks. Now these we did not know about. They didn't show up on the tiles that were here. And this crack runs all the way along the house. So in the first bathroom, you can see we've stripped it entirely, except for the side toilet, which has remained. And we've actually closed in this window because we plan to actually have a vanity here, toilet in the corner, and then shower this side, which I think will be best. And if we go down the passage, yes, the fan light frame is gone. We put a new frame in for the main bedroom, so no unwanted light will make its way in. So come through. And yeah, it's a lot of grays and browns at this stage of the build, which is a bit dull, but I get excited about it because of the potential and what we've created. And have a look here. Yes, the wall is gone. That was here. This was our biggest issue with the house. We built a new wall here and we've created this space for BRCs and a bigger bedroom. If we go into the bathroom is now smaller, but in my mind it's the perfect ratio working with this space and this footprint of the house, which isn't huge. And just to run through the ideas for layout here: shower in this corner, vanity here, bath in the middle of the window, and then if you turn around this side, toilet here, and we actually close this window in, and the reason being because of this wall here, and we've already got a big window this side. So come through to bedroom number 2, but before we get there, we've stitched a lot of the cracks, as you can see, as well as these over here. Let's go through to bedroom number 2. Okay, so here we also removed this bulkhead section. We're going to keep the same level. We've done the same in the main. Here we've shifted the opening to here, so we built this section of brickwork, and if you come in, we've closed this window And we've created a section here for BIC. So this is your walk-in dressing room section, and then we built this wall, which then has a door leading into the bathroom. And yes, it's not an enormous space, but once again, I think the perfect size for an ensuite of this nature. And we do plan to have the shower here, vanity and toilet. And yeah, we've done so much in this space of time, which we're quite chuffed with. This was also a window, full-size window, which because of this wall, we made smaller with a smaller window here. So yeah, lots has happened. We're moving nice and quickly.
In episode 1, I spoke about how important it is to start your flipping journey with buying a property below its market value, with sheriff auctions being the best way. Now there's not much info on these auctions, so the online resource Sheriff HQ is absolutely crucial. I get an email once a week with the latest listings, so with one click I pretty much get access to everything I need to know. I start by reviewing the satellite images and I take a quick look at the street view as well. I then go through the Government Gazette in detail, looking at the features of the house, any extra information, and to see if there is a reserve price. If there is no reserve price, you stand the chance of getting it at a real steal, and these can be the most exciting opportunities. So how do you know what's going to be a good deal? Well, in this report, you can see the price the house last sold for and what the neighboring houses sold for as well. I'll go into more detail in the next episode, but for now, I recommend signing up for a free account on Sheriff HQ so you can start getting email alerts of what's coming up in your area. Link in the description below.
Okay guys, we're starting on the roof. But what does it involve? Well, here's a step-by-step of the roof repair and waterproofing on Project C. First is the assessment. Now we've observed cracked roof tiles, levels that are off, and other repair work required. We also need to waterproof the roof. Then we start the repair, which is mostly required at the points of extensions that were previously done. So we adjusted the timber battens and in some instances replaced them entirely to make sure the roof tiles sit level. With the ridges, where they were damaged and not locked in place, we put new ridges, which we aligned and then secured with a strong mortar mix. We also replaced roof tiles where needed. Then we start the preparation for waterproofing by brushing and washing to remove any loose, flaky particles, dust and debris to ensure the surface is clean. Then the waterproofing. We apply a coat of ABE hydroproof acrylic waterproofer. We then place the membrane over this coat, ensuring an overlap on either side. Then we paint a second coat to ensure the membrane is fully saturated. Hydroproof is high strength, reinforced, and it will not shrink or perish. It's an all-in-one system. Not a lot of people seal the ridges. If you don't, they can crack at the joins because a roof moves and it's designed to do so, and that's how water can eventually get in. Another thing I've seen on homes is the roof valleys being completely sealed with membrane, which is not a good idea because you need to allow movement here and have proper runoff, and the best way is to also keep them wide enough so that they're easy to clean. So on Project C, we've seen quite a few cracks, and mainly at extensions that were not tied into the existing building. Over here, there was quite a big separation. Now, to sort this out, we're using steel reinforcement. So the steel rebars go through here into this building. But on either ends of the steel, we're using ABE Epidermix 372. Now, this is a two-part epoxy system, and it's easy to mix, and it creates a bond, a very strong bond, a chemical anchor. So it ensures that there will be no further separation or cracks in the future. John, great to see you. Awesome to have you on board on Project C so we can start with this plumbing work.
Thanks, Steve. I mean, it's only a pleasure to be here. I'm going to take it that we're going a whole new plumbing layout from the start to end.
100%. And as we've seen, the plumbing system was basically non-existent in this house. It was stripped out. You guys have commenced your work. What are the first things you've started with?
So when we have started here, the first thing I saw is that the main line was really not in good condition, the water line. So as you can see, my guys are already digging some new trenches here so we can run some new lines. Make sure that we got a pressure valve before getting into the house so that we get our pressure regulation through the whole house. You know, we want balanced pressure. After that, I want to start checking is your drainage.
Yeah.
I see there's a lot of trees and stuff here, so we need to make sure that there's no roots growing inside there, because that can cause some major issues.
It's super important, especially old houses, overgrown trees, roots get in, so we want to ensure that that's sorted. And then, yeah, we want to get also to geyser positioning and pipe layouts, which will be, I think, the next step after that.
Definitely, we'll start marking points and take it from there.
So yeah, super exciting, but yeah, we've chatted long enough. I'm not going to keep you. You guys carry on.
Definitely.
And as you guys say, we'll let the excellence flow.
Thanks very much, Dees.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We also used ABE Super Lake Hold, a rubberized bitumen emulsion, to waterproof the old fixings on the corrugated garage roof, as well as the roof of the scullery and laundry rooms, an area of concern due to the level difference. We've got to appreciate the beauty that Joburg has to offer. Just look at this incredible skyline drone shot. Let me know in the comments if you agree, and if you're sick of people saying there's nothing to do in Joburg. Well, for one, there's many houses to flip.
Come on in, guys. It's day 21 on site, and we've actually had no power in the area for 3 days. And basically what happened, City Parks were trimming trees, and the trees fell on the transmission lines, affecting the supply of 4 substations. But power is back on, which I'm really glad about, just in time for all the power tools we're going to be using today. So yeah, what has happened so far? Basically, most of the plaster work is done. As you can see, we've stripped out most of the old pipes in the roof. I love a clean roof. And electrics are well underway, as you can see. And we started the crack repair, so have a look. This one being the most serious, running along the middle of the house, and come through this side. The unsightly side toilet we still got in, but we're gonna have to get rid of this soon. And we've started the plumbing layout markings, which is quite exciting. Still a few pipes still to remove. Jeez, what's that? Check at this. It's a newspaper. This must be old. No ways. This is the property section. Check at these prices. 145,000, 70,000. You can tell it's old. What is, oh, there's the date. July 29th, 95. And this was just chilling in the roof. That's just cool. I'm gonna keep this. Let's carry on down the passage. Over here, we're gonna put a bigger new DB and come through to the main bedroom. Just the guys I want to see, the electricians. How's it?
Steve, how you doing?
Good, good.
Good. I'm Luke. This is Nicholas from LMS Electrical. It's a pleasure to be a part of Project C and to get you guys shining.
Awesome. And what you guys have done in 3 days is crazy. I mean, you've stripped out everything. You basically got all the pipes, wall boxes in, which is impressive.
Yeah, well, look, we had some help along the way. When we got to everything was stripped already, so we saved some time.
It made your lives a little bit easier.
That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, thanks for being on board with the planning. And just to touch on it briefly, there's a lot of planning that goes into it, because you kind of have to know the final layout now at this stage when it comes to positioning plugs, light switches, etc. For example, in the main bedroom, this will probably be a queen size bed, which is a 1520. So we've positioned the plugs to accommodate the 1520 width of a queen bed. And I know you guys also, when you're chasing and positioning the pipes, you stick with a vertical and horizontal layout, no diagonal pipes, and that's obvious. I mean, someone's drilling, putting a picture frame on the wall, they could drill into a pipe.
Absolutely, and that's the last thing you want to do on a freshly painted house is drill through an electrical conduit, have a big bang, and have to chop it out.
I'm excited for the next steps on this build. And we're pretty much almost at wiring.
That's it, almost wiring. Got to do some pipe work in the roof. We're not going to run any spaghetti cables, so everything is done in conduit and in trunking.
Nice.
Keeping it really neat, very clean, easy for maintenance and for fault finding, if any, later on.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a few little tricks and stuff that we're going to do for you guys to save cost but give you great products.
Simple things like geyser timers that we can control on our mobile phone, so the client can choose when they want to turn the geyser on and off, and some solar floodlights around the property, so we can lower the cost also of all those cable runs.
Awesome, it's those little things. So that's great.
So Steve, you'll notice in a lot of these older homes, when they built them, they never really put conduits in. So if you actually look inside this hole that we've chopped out here, we've got an electrical cable that's just been plastered in the wall. And it makes it impossible to pull it out or to do any sort of repairs to it.
I can't believe that, eh?
Yeah. LMS Electrical's been running since 2017. We do your servicing from renovations, alterations such as Project C. We do full new builds as well. Your general electrical maintenance, tripping problems, COCs. Nicholas is our Johannesburg branch manager. He runs the Joburg branch, and we've just opened up the Cape Town branch, which I will be running.
Let's have a look in the bathroom. Hey John.
Hi Steve, how are you doing?
Good, how's it going?
Good, thanks.
Carrying on the trend with Go Glass and aluminium, we are doing a strength test.
What is a building site without breaking stuff?
Exactly. So we've got our float glass over here. This side we have safety glass. This is toughened and this is laminated or shatterproof. So this is the float glass. This is the safety glass, the toughened. This is the safety glass, the laminated. You can already see the difference.
Now you try and break it.
You ready?
Ready? Ready?
So as you can see, the float glass broke quite easily. It is the cheaper solution, but it's quite dangerous when it breaks like that. And you typically see this in windows, unless there's a safety requirement to use safety glass. And if we move to the safety glass, the toughened was probably the strongest, and this we use in showers. And then the laminated or shatterproof glass is also strong, and this we use indoors.
Yeah, so the reason why you wouldn't want to use this in a shower is that it will delaminate and will get bubbles. And you would rather use this in a door. When it breaks, it doesn't fall apart, so you're not sitting with an open house. So on the toughened glass, the reason why we use this on showers, it's got a lot of strength from a side impact perspective, but it's still a safety glass. As you can see, it doesn't cut after it's been broken.
So I had an idea to keep this existing wooden slider, but we've had a look further and it's not in a great state. I mean, for one, look at the corner there, how askew this frame has been fitted. The wood is a little bit beyond repair in some instances. The glass is not that strong. I mean, we saw here, the frame doesn't look like it's secured nicely, and we just don't know the integrity of it. So we've decided to remove this and go with something a bit better.
Great, Steve. So as an economical solution, what we're going to do here is we're going to put in a patio slider.
It's a budget-friendly solution, but it's good quality, it looks nice, and we're going to go with the white to keep with that cottage white style. So I think it's time for us to demo this, get this thing out.
Yeah, let's get it out. Johannes? Yes, Steve, so what we'll do with the windows is everywhere where the putty is old and cracking, we'll take it out, we'll reglaze it, and then any broken windows we will replace. So Go Glass and Aluminium has been around for over 30 years. We are an ARMSA member. We have a wide range of products, aluminium windows and doors with fly screens, shop fronts, curtain walls, frameless glass solutions.
Hey Steve, come check this out. Okay, cool. So I've just put my camera down the drain, right? Yeah. And I want to show you exactly what we found. So as you can see there,
what is that?
It's soap. What it is, it's a whole bunch of worms inside your drain. So your drain hasn't been used for a very long time, right? So there is a little bit of a situation here. One, either we've got a blockage, or two, there's a black fall on your drain. That there is that telling me that there's something sitting in your drain that is causing a major amount of bacteria, which is causing worms to build up in your drain. And that is already what I found.
That is disgusting, man.
You see there's a whole bunch of bugs and flies and worms, and there is definitely something wrong in this drain that we are going to have to fix.
Hectic. Holding thumbs, it's not something too hectic.
Yeah, true.
Need to film you putting the last brick.
Okay.
Just when you thought we couldn't squeeze any more content into episode 2, here we are. It's day 23 and today is all about the kitchen. Welcome, Maremi Kitchens. I want to put you guys on the spot. I want to know what your initial thoughts are of the space. This is the first time you've entered here. What do you envision for Project C's kitchen?
Because it's a very small space, I would say lights and airy to bring in light colors into the space. In terms of design, I was thinking maybe an island in the middle for traffic flow going all around between the 3 spaces, and then having a feature wall there. So you have your stove, you have your extractor at the top.
I would basically put a peninsula here, maybe just have some drop down pendants just right above that, and have it just wrap around all the way throughout this wall here. Make it open towards that area there because there's a dining room facing that wall.
But it's good to get different ideas and explore all the options. I also thought of a peninsula design, make it open and airy, which I love what you said.
All right, cool. Exciting ideas. So now let's look at some color selection on some boards and some accessories, and let's do some measuring, the fun part.
So for this kitchen, we're going to use Rocco accessories, and then just a few accessories that needs to stand out that I would incorporate into the kitchen. Definitely a dustbin because every kitchen needs one. So one that I prefer is a pull-out dustbin. For this type of design, I would go with a brassy look of handle.
And also just adding another feature such as your spice racks just to keep your spices organized is also quite a good feature to have in the kitchen as well. So yeah.
Sounds good, I like it. Thanks guys. I'm super excited to see the renders of what you guys come up with. I'll leave some of these decisions up to you guys, to the creatives, and we'll take it from there. So thanks a lot.
I'm very excited.
Steve, thank you for bringing us on board on this project. And what we'd like to introduce to you from a Sona Raku and Innovis decorative products range is some of our proposed internals. And then obviously for the actual frontals of the kitchen, we've got medieval oak, French echo, and Karlstad oak.
I love it. I love seeing the big boards. I love the natural oak wood look. I think there's always a place for it in a home. It's classic.
We'll work with Maremi to make sure that this project goes through without any glitches and is a perfect home for whoever takes over this wonderful space.
And that's the main goal.
Fantastic.
We are already at the end of episode 2. I can't believe it. And guys, if you enjoyed this episode and you enjoy my proudly South African content, please share these videos, hit the like button. It helps me a lot. And let's get this channel to 100,000 subscribers. We are almost there. We'll see you guys on episode 3. Cheers.